Our local roads are flooded with 7-seaters. They've become a huge hit with Filipinos, be it because of its utility or the extra space that you need for your barkada or extended families, like your lolo boy, your tita baby, your yayo, your yaya, the kid next door who eats all 7 meals from your kitchen, cattle, sheep. Wait, what? Gone are those days where the options are only from your mainstream brands. In fact, the competition is so tough nowadays that there are so many entries from new brands. So this right here are the top 7-seaters you can buy on AutoDeal.com.ph on Behind the Disc. Just a reminder, this is a list of the best 7-seaters that are available out there in no particular order. These are our picks. Let's start around the 1 million Philippine peso mark, and we're going to start with the Mitsubishi Expander. Now, it's arguably one of the 7-seaters that started it all, and it was launched back in 2018. It was so popular, in fact, that Mitsubishi had a shortage of Expanders to sell. And because of that, the Philippines ended up receiving the model kinda late. People went gaga over the Expander, and it would be a sin not to include it in this list. Equipped with a 1.5-liter naturally aspirated engine, the Expander also comes with a 4-speed automatic transmission or 5-speed manual, producing 105 horses and 141 Nm of torque. It's not the spiritist of 7-seaters on paper, but it feels nice and light to drive in, actually. You can nab the Expander for as low as 1,008,000 Philippine pesos, and it tops out at just under 1,200,000 Philippine pesos. Next is one of the hottest rivals to our first entry. The Suzuki Ertiga made huge waves back in 2019. Under 1 million Philippine pesos and as frugal AF, the Ertiga is a great value for people looking for a 7-seater that's practical and reliable. In fact, it actually goes toe-to-toe with the Expander, sporting a 1.5-liter gasoline engine with 103 horses and 145 Nm of torque. Transmission options include a 5-speed manual and a 4-speed automatic. And now rushing into another spot is the Toyota Rush. Baduy ko. Really? Sorry. Can we cut that? No? Okay. Albeit late to the party, the Rush was launched to much fanfare. A lot of you, and I do mean a lot of you, ended up buying or lusting after the baby Fortuner, or Fortuner, whatever it is that you say it. The Rush is popular amongst Filipinos, not just because it's a 7-seater, but also because, well, it's a Toyota. Sharing the engine of the Avanza, it comes with a 1.5 naturally aspirated gasoline engine that makes 102 horses and 134 Nm of torque, mated to either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic. Next is the Mobilio, which actually came before the Brio, but from the front, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the Honda's affordable 7-seater, coming in at under 1 million Philippine pesos, is actually a Brio, because both cars look identical from the front. The Mobilio is actually an extended Brio, but it has a bigger engine with a 1.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that produces 118 horses and 145 Nm of torque, which is the same engine as the other one found in the Honda BR-V. Now, if you want a taller Mobilio with the same engine specs, and I'm talking about a 1.5-liter naturally aspirated engine, 118 horses, and 145 Nm of torque, but you get more features like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, plus ground clearance and looks, which is absolutely great, really. Also, great is the price because you can get this car for a little over 1 million Philippine pesos and it tops out at under 1.2 million Philippine pesos. Now, if you're capable of exceeding your budget by a little bit, then you might as well consider these 7-seaters, which are priced above but within the sub 1.5 million Philippine peso range, which will start off with the GD Ocavango. With its roomy cabin and well-padded specs coupled with a slew of high-tech features, the Ocavango is indeed a strong player in the segment. Like the Ascara, the Ocavango is powered by a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine paired with a 48-volt EMS system. This gives the Ocavango a whopping 190 horses and 300 Nm of torque. Its motor is then accompanied by a 7-speed wet dual-clutch transmission. Ooh, wet.
What the?
What's even more exciting, though, is that you can get the Ocavango with a panoramic sunroof that does let a lot of light into the cabin. Prices of this MPV range tops under 1.5 million Philippine pesos, and you can even opt for the comfort variant, the mid-tier Urban, and the top-of-the-line Urban Plus. Then there's Maxis that enter the compact crossover segment with the D60. Boasting in terms of high-tech features and generous cabin space, the Maxis D60 is one of the most affordable 7-seater crossovers you can buy today. The 1.5-liter turbocharged gasoline engine paired with a 7-speed DCT feels peppy and is able to produce 168 horses and 250 Newton-meters of torque. And most importantly, the D60 is also one comfortable cruiser, and thanks to its well-tuned suspension and well-isolated cabin, it's quiet. Inside, fit and finish is good, plus cabin space is also quite generous, all thanks to its extensive dimensions. Only the top-of-the-line Elite variant comes with a 7-seat configuration, which then retails at just under 1.3 million Philippine pesos. AutoDeal.com.ph can connect you to get the best quote from multiple dealerships near you. You can request and compare quotes from any dealership in the Philippines. Get the best deal with AutoDeal. Next, if you want the Mitsubishi Expander but crave for a little bit more SUV taste to it, then look no further, because the Expander Cross is your cup of tea. Aside from its outdoorsy factor, the MPV also gets a higher 225mm ground clearance. It still uses the 1.5-liter engine with identical figures. However, the motor can only be paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission. But we are happy to report that it also does well enough in the city, returning good amounts of response and low-end torque. The following additions come at under 1.3 million Philippine pesos. Next, like the Expander Cross, the Suzuki XL7 serves as the more rough and tough Ertiga. You're actually paying for the extra 200mm of ground clearance and additional features. Now, under the hood is still the same 1.5-liter gasoline engine found on the Ertiga that's paired with a 4-speed automatic gearbox. Inside, the Suzuki XL7 features dark-colored interior combined with carbon fiber-like accents. What's special with it is that it comes with a 10-inch infotainment system that features Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The Suzuki XL7 gives you a good value proposition, all thanks to its makeover and additional goodies, really, which would only require you to shell out less than 1.1 million Philippine pesos. And then there's Chery, which made a great comeback in 2019. Now, the Tigo 8 is the sole 7-seater that the company has brought in for its local lineup. This midsize SUV boasts good looks and cabin refinement. It is powered by a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine mated to a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission. Now, this pairing puts out a healthy 145 horses and 210 Newton-meters of torque. It does give you quite a lot for less. Its price range tops up at under 1.4 million Philippine pesos. You can even opt between two variants, either the Luxury or the Luxury EX variant. Nowadays, thank goodness, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get yourself a really good car. These 10 cars that we just featured are actually available online on AutoDeal.com.ph. If you're interested in any of these automobiles, do check out our website and our reviews as well on YouTube. Do consider subscribing to them because we love creating them just for you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.